You find the gate to the tower open, and no one on watch. You turn to Krieger, confused. Krieger looks around.
That's what you fucking call guard duty. Where is everyone? Stein should be on watch. No one more reliable than him. Where's the toll guy? What interminable is going on here, for fuck's sake? Stein!
You cut your friend short.
1 second. Stop yelling. We don't need to attract attention. Go see if anyone's seriously injured.
Krieger shakes his head.
No big deal. Just a scratch. You rushed at them like a wild beast, and everyone followed suit. After everything we've seen, I'd tear this filth to pieces with my bare hands.
You agree.
That's almost what happened. All the filth that was dormant in our land is now showing its ugly face, I'm sure. Well, let's have a look around. I don't like this place. Watchtower, outskirts, continue the journey. Watchtower! There's blood on the rocks and the gate's broken from the inside. Seems like someone was killed here, Krieger. Someone, you say? I think that's obvious. 'Twas either the toll collector, the second watchman, or Stein. I forgot who I dispatched here, but where are the bodies? Screw that, Thorn? Let's just go. Wise words, Captain. What are we standing around for? Waiting for those madmen to storm out of the city. Where should we run off to? No, we must first get to the bottom of this. I don't want to get into even more shit. We're knee deep as it is. And what do you think, Frisk?
Fisk?
What?
Fisk.
Oh, Fisk? Sorry. Maybe it isn't the reaping at all. We need to hide. Always works for me, at least. Just like you to hide your ass during one of your benders, huh? How'd that get you? You're a fucking idiot, Fisk. If it's the reaping, you can't hide. Doubly true if it isn't. Don't worry. They'll easily find us. Why would they be looking for us? Not like we've done anything wrong. Killed a couple of city folk, but it was just like self-defense. Hey. Yeah, try telling that to city officials. I'd rather control my own fate, thank you very much. I don't want to crawl into a hole and get burnt to a crisp like some kind of pest. What do you say, Krieger? Where to? Well, returning to the city is definitely a bad idea. We've barely got away with our lives. I think we need to look for sacred stones. It's not that far, especially on look for the sacred stones. It's not that far, especially on horseback. You think you're smart. The moment people realize what's going on, they'll all rush to the men here. Let's ride to the stone further away, shall we? Not many people there, just a small stockade at the nearest stone. It'd have too many pilgrims from the neighboring villages and towns. It's too risky. Who knows how long our strixes are going to last? What if we've only got a day left or something? Let's get to the nearest men here, by the village of Dinford. I think that's enough talk. We need to send a couple of soldiers to look for Stein. Let them scan the outskirts for a bit. Tower outskirts. Hode, Brett, Flit. You've got some pep. Snoop around.
You command?
Check by the river. Just be sneaky about it. If we don't find anyone near the tower, we'll ride on. Let me go, Horde.
Sop suggests.
Who knows what kinds of crazies lurk around the water. Our boys will need me to fend them off.
The soldiers draw their weapons and circle the tower. You notice Sop walking in front, obviously shielding Hode.
Did you see that, pal?
You ask Krieger.
Sop's running around Hode like a little dog, and Hode just turns up his nose. Kind of a strange friendship.
Krieger laughs.
Agreed. You know that nickname Sop got in a squadron. Clodhopper. He's a kind guy, very obedient and hard-working, but as soon as Hode's on the horizon, trouble's a-brewing.
You shake your head.
Youngins, I always have to keep an eye on them until all the fighting toughens them up. Are you coming back? Are they coming back? That was fast. Isn't Stein with the boys? Let's go talk to him.
Stein.
We found the Watchman's leader. Let's hear what he has to say. An inspection, Krieger. What's going on? There's been a wasteland for half a day, and now there's a crowd. Why didn't you stay in a tavern? Why are you so livid, Chief? What the fuck's going on here? Why's the gate open?
Stein breaks into a grin and shuts one wing of the gate. Scorched on its front side is half of the same mark you saw on Albius's gate.
Stop! Don't touch the second one. Do you want to kill us, you son of a bitch? You'll awaken the curse if you do it. Calm down, Krieger. I don't think Stein meant any harm.
Really? You
Yeah.
think that?
I mean, we can fight him.
Well, can't you just say, Stein, don't touch the gate?
I think this is fine. Maybe? I don't know.
Well, the guy closed one
Krieger's
gate.
right, Stein. Don't touch the gate. Hey. Did you shit your pants? There's nothing else to fear. We're already cursed. See the ice I put on my neck? Helps me endure this abominable mark. Want some? Sprinkle some of that blasted ice on your pants. Fuck me, the town's gone crazy. The guards are killing each other. We've just gotten out of the shit and we're deep in it again. So, it's like this everywhere. And it all matches. Nobody escaped it. However, I did not abandon my post. Then tell us what happened at your post. This mark didn't draw itself. I didn't fiddle with symbols like a temple sissy. All I know is that I saw a scary creature. Me and the toll collector both collapsed where we stood. Ramblin was upstairs. I heard him fall too. Luckily, he didn't fall out the window. This fiend got to the gate and drew some kind of mark, as if it's burned in. My neck felt like it was on fire. He bared his gray teeth and told us we're all done for. Well, as for the words, maybe I'm just seeing things. Has he been training here or something? Shit, you're lucky to be in one piece, Stein. Didn't you hear us calling you? I don't care who was calling. Michelle.
Can you ask my opinion before we ask questions?
So questions like that, we go down the list.
Okay, I just wanted to ask the second one first.
Fine. I don't care who was calling. I was picking ice left under the stones. If you don't believe me, hold a knife over the fire and press it to your neck. We'll see how you respond. So you're picking ice on your watch. Don't you have anything else to do? You want me to check non-existent carts. The only people I saw today were Rask the merchant, with that weird axe of his, and a dozen guards chasing after him. Not a single piece of luggage. So this one?
Yeah.
Where's the second watchman and the toll guy?
I just never know if it's going to be one of those things where you ask a question and it bars all the other ones.
The usual easy version is check the last one to see if it looks like a command or an action, as opposed to a question. About the toll guy, you see, there was an accident. He went berserk and attacked me. I fought for dear life and had to finish him off in the end. His corpse is behind the tower. Strange, isn't it? To live like a man and die like a beast. Ramblin just bolted. He must have gone to his home village of Dinford, the one by the men here. I don't blame him. As far as I'm concerned, he's better off than the toll collector. How did you manage to break the seal? Piece of shit. Ramblin was inside. Got so scared, he tumbled down the stairs and knocked out the rotten gate with his stupid head. That's when we felt this scorching heat. The toll collector went crazy right away. Luckily for Ramblin, he attacked me first. His eyes were bulging and he was foaming at the mouth. Grab your stuff and come with us. I want to live the rest of my days in such a way I won't feel shameful. I will not abandon my post, and neither should you. So what are you accusing us of, Stein? I won't judge you, Thorn, especially considering that you're retired. However, shouldn't Krieger be in charge of his soldiers and guards in Albius? And kill our own guards and the townspeople who are already killing each other? No, I'm not going to take part in this massacre. Krieger is the captain of the guard, Stein.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
More like Captain Coward. He should be sorting out the mess in town, not running into safety. I'll manage it myself, Thorn. Thanks. And Krieger will definitely spend the rest of his days behind bars. Then you can just drop dead right here. You don't want to get the men here and get to the men here in 2 days and stay alive. Eat shit then. Nothing to do here anymore, Thorn. Let's go. Ramblin, the young guard, could have returned to his village near Menhir Valley. Sure. Dinford Village, near Menhir Valley. If Stein's right, the second guard must have run off to his family. What say you, Krieger? What kind of person is Ramblin? Not a bad guy, but ain't worth a rat's puke as a guard. A fucking wimp's what he is. All fancy schmancy. His only family is his grandma, the black one, you know? The Vandalists. Vandals. You can tell she raised him by herself. The guy's got no father figure. Why did you take him with you then? Was it pity, or did someone ask you to? Who'd give a crap about him? As I said, he's only got his grandma. As for why I took him in, it's really boring on patrol, you know? And Ramblin knows all the fairy tales in the world, it seems. Every guard wanted to be on duty with him, just to hear what he's got to say. That's too much, that's what too much peace does to the guards. Whatever, having someone from Menhir village wouldn't hurt. At least we'll have somewhere to spend the night if it comes to that.
You ride a couple of leagues away from the tower. Krieger calls you over.
I have a feeling that sergeant's gonna blame us for the murder of the toll collector. Would it just be safer to kill him?
You're about to tell Krieger off, but then stop yourself. On the one hand, Stein isn't a bad person, despite his insufferable demeanor. On the other hand, you don't need guards chasing you.
Let's forget about this suggestion, probably.
Well, the thing, too, is, like, you could also be guilty of killing him, too. I mean, that's just cold. Leave him be.
Okay. Forget about this suggestion.
You look at Krieger and shake your head.
Sorry, pal. Killing someone accidentally or in self-defense is one thing, but killing an innocent just so he doesn't get in the way is out of the question.
The captain scratches his head.
You're probably right. I'm just getting too jumpy for all the shit we've been through. I'll soon be lashing out at people myself. Gotta let it go before some of their bullshit finds its way to my head.
And if people come after us, we can tell them the truth.
Yeah.
If they will take it. So Serpent's Creek or the Dead Spring?
Yep.
Wait, why does it say the dry riverbed or Miller's Track?
We have two. Dead Spring or Serpent's Creek. But it's talking about the road. Mm-hmm. See how it says Miller's Track, dry riverbed?
What does each of them say?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna check. Pajama pants are riding up a little bit. We've been going for 6 hours now. I am kind of uncomfortable. It's okay though. I really like binge recording days because then I have backlog for weeks.
This road follows a dry riverbed winding along a rocky plain.
Or Miller's Track.
A roundabout way to avoid the dilapidated bridge. A narrow path through fields and barren land.
I don't know.
So a dried riverbed or fields and barren land.
So after that it'll be the Northern Road or the Highland Plateau.
I almost want to keep going to the right.
Okay.
For some reason, I mean, the Dead Spring sounds a little nefarious, and there probably are a lot of people who, in their desperation to get directly from Albius up to Dinford, will have gone to the Dead Spring, been stopped by the bridge, and who knows what's there now.
Yeah, potentially.
So that's
the
why
one thing is there's like the free miner's hut over here.
A Korean hut where a crazy free miner what?
Crazy free miners live for 20 years trying to find gold in the spring well of the menace. Dead Spring. Ancient spring lined with stone slabs complete with a water trough, dried out many years ago, versus a green glade encircled by mountain pines, infamous for the abundance of venomous snakes. A narrow creek flowing through it disappears into the rocky hillside.
So, okay.
Maybe we go Miller's Track.
Okay.
We might be able to visit the miner for some extra gold.
Okay, sure. I suppose that's why it's called Serpent Creek then.
Yes. Or as we like to call it, you're gonna get poisoned alley.
You look around. Some landmarks are surprisingly familiar. You've been here with Krieger. You remember him mentioning a nearby grave, a battle site where a captain of the guard was buried. He was likely laid to rest with his weapons and captain's insignia.
Well, do we want to tell the companions? Yeah, let's tell the companions about the captain.
Yeah, let's tell him about him. Krieger nods and points at the direction of the burial as he remembers it. He adds,
We might as well pay our respects to the great warrior. It's not far if you know the way.
As Krieger leads you to an overgrown grave, you can't help but thinking how useful you'd find the Strix buried with the hero. Well, so...
We'd lose loyalty, maybe.
You might lose loyalty with the soldiers, but that Strix could save people's lives. The guy is already dead.
I'd ask Krieg and group about it. It's like, yeah, he might have something useful. Can we?
I mean, if this is like a full-on Strix, could it save someone else's life? I just don't know.
Well, I think Strixes are just this.
Oh, it's just extra Strixes? How long will those Strixes last you?
4 to 7 movements, give or take.
So we might be okay for reaching the next men here, but I don't know. I don't know if in this world there are angry spirits or curses and such, but it just seems to me that...
What was the last save? I'm just curious how much it saves. Okay, so the last save was like 4 minutes ago.
Okay.
So if we do want to try...
I don't like the idea of desecrating a grave. I don't even know how long ago the guy was buried. But the Strix is more useful to the living. What do you want to do? Wait, what did you do?
I said yes. Let's extract it.
You're going to extract the Strix? Yep. Krieger declares sacrilege and refuses to participate. Everyone shares the sentiment, but, realizing the importance of the Strixes, no one tries to stop you. You've received 20 Strixes. After digging up the grave, you find the captain's insignia with a Strix. This has taken up too much time. You've lost an entire day, and your company sets out, demoralized. I didn't realize it would take that long.
Oh, well that was poop.
Wait. Yeah, go back. You gained how many Strixes?
I gained 20 and lost 20.
You lost 20? No. That's bad.
Save Scummery.
Save Scummery.
Fair warning for people watching this series, I will probably save Scum a couple of bad ends. Well, do we want to try Serpent Creek?
Why? Did everyone want you to try Serpent Creek?
I don't know. Let's try Serpent Creek. Seeing as we can reload freely. To some degree. Try Riverbed, yeah?
Okay.
Because that one wasn't even that interesting.
We'll have to see what happens with the snakes. Suddenly, you come across a blood-curdling scene, which looks like the site of a massacre. A plundered cart is surrounded by scores of dead bodies. You notice fallen guards who had performed their duty to the last breath, unarmed travelers, and evidently some bandits whom their mates did not bother to bury.
Survivors, bury the dead.
Let's look for survivors.
Okay.
One of your companions finds a gravely wounded man lying in the bush. He's still alive, but unconscious. You dress his wound, hoping that he might survive. In this instant, a company of guards rides into sight. They promise to treat the wounded man, so you leave him to their care and carry on with your journey. Your companions are happy that they were able to help the survivor. Why does it take you over here?
Okay. The Frisians invaded Burkana. Hordes of northerners are already marching across the lands of the Five Kingdoms.
Ooh. Well, it looks like
Island Plateau.
we can only go to Dinford. Looks like we completely missed out on the free miner's hut, but...
Oh well. It's a roundabout way along gravel rock slides and sharp cliffs.
A lone horseman comes into sight on the outskirts of Dinford village. His horse barely trudges along. It looks like it galloped without rest. The rider, just as exhausted, doesn't notice you until you catch up to him. Krieger raises himself in his stirrups, glares at the traveler, and shouts,
"Well, if it isn't Ramblin, wait, you knucklehead, you! Don't you recognize your commander?"
Taken aback, the lad hunches his shoulders, but then sighs in relief when he recognizes Krieger.
Hello, Captain Krieger. What brings you here? I'm on my way home. Not that far off, in fact.
Krieger squints to scan the nearby houses.
Your village isn't going anywhere, and your horse needs some rest anyhow. You'll ride the poor thing to death, you bonehead. Get off before it crushes you.
Ramblin gets off the horse, and the exhausted animal collapses. You give the young guard a scornful glance and dismount in order to talk to him.
Catch your breath, boy. Take it easy. Now tell me one thing. We passed a dozen hamlets yesterday, but didn't see a single person. Do you know what's going on? I don't know. I didn't stop by any hamlets. In fact, I didn't stop at all. How did we catch up to him then?
His horse maybe just got more and more tired as time progressed.
Why did you abandon your post at the tower? The writing on this game is a little weird. These guys are fleeing for Dunlin or whatever it's called anyway, like, after the entire town got massacred and the guard tower area. Like, go figure.
Well, why don't you ask him if anything strange
happened? Did you notice anything strange on your way? The footprints, maybe. Lots of them. Looks like a party on horseback, larger than yours. I didn't see them, even though I rode without rest. But my guess is that they're heading for our men here. We noticed that too. I can't imagine what company this could be. It's too big for a Berkenon patrol. Could it be bandits? I hope they don't find their way into your village. Never seen any bandits in these parts. We're not rich. And there are several bows and lances in every home. They lose more than they gain. There's also a watch around men here. And they would come to our aid. Alright, we'll deal with those mysterious horsemen later. How did you ever manage to ride for so long? Well, I know a sort of incantation. Bucks you up a bit. Learned it from my grandma. She's one of the Vandals. They know their stuff.
Can you buck us up? Or...
Yeah, let's go with sorcerer.
Sorcerer or not?
So are you a sorcerer or not? Nah, I wouldn't call it sorcery. Just a small hex, if you will. A lot of monks from the Temple of Divine Retribution can heal people too.
Don't drag monks into this. Their power comes from the gods. The temple wouldn't like what you just said.
Oh, retribution. That thing has come up a couple times. That's probably why you got
retribution.
Retribution in the title.
So I titled the first couple episodes of this Ash of God's Retribution as opposed to Redemption. Because they keep saying retribution. Bah!
Thankfully, we're not in the Northern Kingdoms. There's no Inquisition here, Krieger. Vandals can observe their customs, even if they understand gods differently. Well, we have to set out. I'm not going to go with this.
Really?
I mean,
why don't you get his side of the story? Maybe things didn't happen the way Stein said they did.
Why did you abandon your post at the tower? You spoke to Stein already. He told us about the Grey Creature, about you breaking the gate, and about the crazy toll collector too. We want to hear your side of the story. So the toll collector went mad, but Stein's alright. God to be praised, I was afraid to go back because I thought the two of them might kill me. What now? Do I have to go back to the watchtower? Go visit your grandma first. It's not far. You'll manage on foot. Consider it a short leave from Stein. Tell me, why didn't you go to Albius for help? I was so shaken with fright. I chose the familiar path to my home village without thinking. When I came to my senses, it was easier to keep going. My grandma's a great healer. Maybe she'll help me with the mark on my neck. If she can't, the menhir's nearby. So the plague's gotten to you too. I doubt a village healer can cure it. Go straight to the menhir after you visit your grandma. It's safer that way. We don't have a spare horse, so you'll have to walk, like Krieger suggested. Well, we have to set out. Yes, of course. I'll drop by Grandma's and then head to the menhir. I suppose I'll return to Stein afterwards. Don't think me a deserter, Captain. Just go already. No one's accusing you of anything. Just visit your grandma or return to the watchtower. We are too preoccupied to care.
I would not send him back to the watchtower.
Yeah.
This is the one thing I liked about Banner Saga for the most part. Everybody kind of understood trying to hang on to society is not a good idea.
You pass a village. Its empty streets strike you as odd. You're getting a foreboding feeling, but you shrug it off. Right now, your only goal is the menhir. Everything else comes second.
The villagers must have gathered near the sacred stone, Flit says. It's a holiday after all.
You agree, relieved indeed. The village near the menhirs traditionally boasts spring festivals. Lost in thought, you don't immediately hear someone addressing you. Flit calls to you again, pointing at the road. There's something smoking there, and scavengers circle the black plumes. You slow down and take a closer look. Yeah, I saw the crows in the distance. It was like, ah, ah, ah. It was funny. The other day there were so many crows sitting on top of the plaza, and they were all.
I love the backgrounds. I love this background style. I want more games to kind of do this, like the narrative with the nice map.
I like animations like this.
I wish Pyre had done this a little bit more, because we only ever saw things from kind of a bird's eye view in like the battlegrounds. It would have been lovely to see them like crossing
Going
certain
through
things. Yeah.
Areas. A heap of corpses rests in the middle of the road. So many bodies. Men and women, old and young, even children. There's a scaffold and some spears sticking out of the ground. The smell of blood makes you lightheaded. You trot closer, pulling back on the reins. Scorched and torn asunder, all these people died without making a sound. Their mouths choked with dirt. Hacked limbs lie nearby. You turn around, slowly. Glida stands close by, clenching the hilt of her sword. The others stand further back, frozen in place. Glida sobs. She's petrified, unable to get a word out. She runs off, on limp limbs, sick to her stomach. You order your men to help Glida and keep their distance. A quiet howl draws your attention. You notice a pregnant woman struggling under the pile of corpses. She's been severely mutilated and won't last long without aid. It seems the woman will deliver her child within a matter of hours. If you leave her here to die, the child dies with her. But if you bring her along, she'll be a great burden, not to mention the baby, if it survives, that is.
Try to help?
Yeah, because leaving her be is terrible because she's just going to die suffocating, and the baby is too. Or she might go into labor while dying, and that's equally bad. Putting her out of her misery will kill them both. They don't have the option for a C-section by the looks of it, so,
Yeah, let's help.
Let's try to help, maybe. You wade through the corpses and pull the one out from under the pile. Your companions come to your aid. You don't have a healer, and it's pointless to return to the village. These corpses are all that's left of it. Seems like you'll have to bring the woman to the men here. I wish we could at least talk with her if we decide to bring her.
Well, she's super wounded.
Unless she's just gonna die along the way.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Those don't look like normal people.
No, they do not. They look like people on sticks, or something else. You stop your company on the bridge. Suspicious figures stand on the other side. The watchmen's bodies hang nearby, close to the blood-soaked men here. Flit grows pale.
Aren't they NCs? The old chronicle calls them abominations. I've read about them. Wielders of enchanted blades and capable of flight. The time of the reaping is upon us.
You draw your sword.
They've noticed us. Be on your guard. They're no fools. Gather near the bridge. We have to dismount. Don't all of you swarm the bridge. You only get in each other's ways. In each other's way. Glida, look after the wounded girl.
You order some of your companions to get to the bridge, and tell the others to guard the rear. It feels like the Ences want you on the bridge so they can bring it down. So you probably can't use Glida if she's looking after.
Glida is out. Okay, level up. See their descriptions. Okay. Oh, hi. So we have 1 skill point. Extra energy, extra walking.
+3 to defense, 30% of attack. Oh, that's helpful.
Extra attack. Oh. So these upgrade the skills. So fight back, parried, knockback. Anger. Increases your attack and
permanently
defense.
at -7 and -4?
It's wounded until I can heal him. Injury minor.
So the men here.
So that's not a big deal right now. Increases your attack by 1 and defense by 1. Defense of a party member by 6. until the next turn. Okay, so suppressed anger. So anger is a +3 to defense. Anger, extra attack. Knockback. The extra energy could be nice, but I think I'm going to put it into anger. Because what anger is effect. Increases your attack by 1 and defense by 1. That would boost the defense by +3?
Extra attacks would also be nice.
You mean extra attack damage?
Or I thought that you actually had to move for a second attack. That would have been really cool. Okay.
No, it just increases the damage from damage upgrade from anger. Huh. Because otherwise, knockback. How does knockback work? I was curious about the activation time. Because otherwise I could upgrade... Oh. Never mind, knockback. 14 damage to all health of all surrounding units and pushing them back by 2. And increases your defense by 7. Being able to use that constantly seems like a huge help. Yeah, cooldown of 2. That's helpful. Okay, then Glida. So we have extra health, minus cooldown, -8 of the health cost for heavy strike. Because currently heavy strike costs still a lot of health. And otherwise we have solid cover, extra energy. And unfortunately all of her attacks cost health, which sucks.
Yep.
Otherwise I could actually just put points into her health.
That way she has more health to expend for those attacks.
Yeah. It's hard to say on either.
But it's 5. That's not much.
No. How about let's just do Nimble Blade, -8 of the health cost?
Okay.
That way I'm like...
That's good.
I will use it as opposed to I will never use it.
Do you have to upgrade all of them or just those two? Because they
Just
have...
those two. Okay, so let's do... Rubbed off stone, extra health and energy. Who's got a... Fisk or Hode? Let's give this to Fisk. That way he's got a little bit more
Just
HP.
because he's attacked often, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's also... He doesn't have a self-heal. Unfortunately... Unfortunately, we've been going for a while, so I'm starting to get really uncomfortable in my chair. You know, normally I can kind of just sit back and relax for a while, but too many long nights makes me a grump-a-lump. Okay. Place my units.
Okay, you want your archer in the rear.
Yeah, archer in the rear, him there, him there.
Oh, shoot.
What? What's wrong?
I should have brought the other archer. Can I do play
Other
battle
archer?
again? Yeah, here we are. Yeah, Brett. Let's get rid of Sop. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I don't need 2 melee units.
Oh,
No, I don't need 3 melee
because
units.
of the bridge being
Yeah.
only so wide.
Yeah, so this is better. So I can have the 2 archers in the back, the spear thrower and the assassin behind. Yeah. Okay, this will work. This will work much better.